But let's talk about what's coming up next. Eileen Gu says she's going to Stanford, probably. You're going to Harvard, I hear.
Yes, I am.
Audrey King is an alpine skier who competed in the Olympics at Beijing 2022. The 19-year-old from Hong Kong is unique for being an elite winter athlete in a subtropical city in a home Chinese Games. Becoming an elite student, let alone an elite athlete, and making it to an Olympics requires enormous depths and reserves of discipline, focus, and tenacity. What are some of the life experiences that you remember that touches on those qualities?
I think the most significant moment would probably be my last year, my senior year, when I had to take my mock exams while I was gone racing in Bosnia. And at this point, I had taken maybe 2.5 months off of school. I would obviously still be kind of looking at my lessons every single day, but my schedule would be I would wake up, go out, train until 12, come back, have lunch, and then sit a 4-hour exam, and then do some recovery work, and then sit another 4-hour exam, and then go to bed. And it would be so late at this point, and then I'd wake up in the morning and try to do it all again. And I think that in this particular moment, I was definitely questioning what I was doing. I didn't know if I could live up to my academic standards that I have for myself as well as my athletic standards that I had, but I think that I just tried to keep with it as best that I could.
I think Harvard should be a breeze after this.
We'll see.
Let's talk a bit about some of the sacrifices that families typically make in supporting and nurturing a young athlete to an elite level in their career, like the Olympics. What was that like for your family, and what kind of sacrifices do you think were made along the way?
I think one of the big sacrifices for ski racing as someone who lives in Hong Kong is that I do have to spend a lot of time away from home, and that means I'll be spending a lot of time away from my family. Also, traveling with me to these races in obscure places sometimes. My mom came with me to Argentina, and we were living in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and she had to adapt. But I think that I'm so thankful for them for doing all of this for me, and also keeping me really grounded, because I was also a full-time student in Hong Kong.
There's big ups and downs through the journey, and if you don't really love the sport and love what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, I think it's hard to really sustain through the low period. So, for Audrey, I think we wanted to be sure that she really did have the passion for it and can carry herself through those times.
Stephen and Diana, thank you so much for being one in a million parents, and especially to Audrey, because I think Hong Kong got such great joy out of seeing you there, out of flying that flag, and of giving hope in very difficult times for everyone, not only here but right around the world. I'm James Chau, host of the China Current. Follow us for more human stories that impact us all.